And we don't want to come to church until it's a funeral. And then we want the preacher to preach up a storm and lie and tell somebody that this person went going to heaven when they know that they was in hell all their life. Listen to what he says in verse number 38. My theme is coming from 41, but we need to get to that point. It says in 38, it says, then Jesus turned and did what? Watch this. Do you know Jesus see you following him? Well, can I change that and put it in another perspective? Sometimes he know you not following, and you still be showing up in church like, hallelujah. Glory to God. And you surveying the land if you're a man, talking about, ooh, them some fine sisters in that church. You surveying the land looking for a man, but the man that you're looking for ain't a man, it's a man called Jesus. Are you with me? He turned and saw them following and said unto them, and this is a question that we really need to evaluate, because he said unto them, what seek ye? Giant, what you seeking? Palmer, what you seeking? You got to know what you want from God. I'm going to say that again. We need to know what we seek of God. You know what? God wouldn't be so mad at you if you just told him the truth. God, listen, some of y'all really just need to say, God, I need you to pay my bills. Oh, y'all like y'all, oh, y'all don't got amnesia on me now. Y'all don't got cute. Because I don't know about y'all, but Lord, if you don't help me with these bills, can I, bro, I'll talk to you, since you got a smile. I'll just talk to you. See, sometimes you need to know I got a pretty nice car on, but it won't crank up sometimes. And Sister D, it could be pretty as it want to be, but if it ain't got no gas in it, it ain't going to go nowhere. Am I talking to us? God, I need you to work out this gas crisis. God, I need you to work on that narcissistic person that's leading us right now. God, I need you to work on the Congress so they can get some and do what's right. Can I talk for this just a second, and I'm going on? Anytime leadership tell you they ain't got time to help you take care of daycare, but I want you to help me make some what? Bombs, we got a problem. I ain't going to stay here long, but anytime you got a guy that's in charge of the war department that's taking out stock before the war starts. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. He ain't got no business investing in something he gon' Lord help me. What seek ye? We got to know what we're seeking. We got to know what we're asking God for. If you want a husband, ask God for a husband. If you want a wife, don't be trying to act like you, ain't nothing that a man could do for me. Are you, I ain't gonna even say it. Are you? If you don't want a man, God said, I created man and woman for them to come together. And then he turned around and said, Palmer, you smile. Well, look at Palmer smiling over there. He said, it is not good for man to be alone. Are y'all with me? Watch what he said. What seek ye? They say unto him what? Rabbi. What does that mean, y'all? Teacher. We started out with that, didn't we? We said too many people want to what? Hoop. instead of what? Teach. When you are taught, now you can pass the test. Are y'all with me? See, somebody wanna take the test and they never took the class. Huh? See, we always, I'm too intellectual to sit down and let unlearned people teach me. But the devil is a lie. Know how I know he's a lie? Because he's the author of lies. He's the father of it. And if we would be truthful with ourselves, a lot of our grandparents never saw a diploma in their hand. But they had what was called mother wit. They had what was called common sense. They had what God would say, they had an understanding of who I am. Did y'all know that there were times past, and Leander could probably tell you this as well, his grandparents would go out there in the field and didn't have no fertilizer, but it would still grow. Y'all not talking to me. Sometimes you got to understand that the fertilizer is not the answer. You fertilizing something that don't have no substance to it. The Bible, according to the word of God, say, if you what? Plant. If you sow, you shall what? On both ends. Because sometimes you sowing stuff that you don't want to reap. Let me hasten. Which is being interpreted master. They ask a question that seems like it does not make any sense. They say, where you live? Is that all right? It don't say it like that. It said, where dwelleth thou? But when we look at 39, here it is, we see why. He said unto them, do what? Come and, y'all got to work with me now. What did he tell them? Come and see. You will not believe until some of you see. Did y'all know that? Some of you will never believe what God has said until you see it. But the Bible also says, blessed is he that have not seen, and yet what? Believe. Sometimes you just got to take my word for it. Listen, can I, you know, sometimes I preach about my sister too much, don't I? But I'm still going to preach about her again today, because sometimes my sister will say, well, you got to show me that. But you should have seen it when? Previously. You should have seen it in the lifestyle. You should have seen it when I talk. You should have seen it how I walk. You should have seen it how I've been with him. You should have seen his shining face on my face when I tell you that God is what? Real. Yeah, we want too many things. God said, I'm tired of I got to tell you again what I told you the first time. He tells them to come and see. Watch what they do. Look at your neighbor and say they were obedient. They come and see, don't they? They came and saw where he what? Let me help somebody, because see, some of you thought he lived in a mansion. It wasn't even his. It wasn't even his. So listen, how many of you live in a house that's got a minimum of 3 bedrooms, 2 baths? You can't go in but one at a time. Can I help somebody, Brother Chatfield? Because see, when I was a little boy, Brenda sometime was at our house. Pee Wee and Alan was there. Grandmama was there, and we didn't have a 1 bathroom, but we had a schedule. Y'all sophisticated people. So every now and then we had to boil some water on the pot, on the stove, and listen. Some of y'all would say we got to let all the water out. You wouldn't have let all that water out, because you wanted that water to be in there, and all you had to do was put the pot in the water, and it stayed warm, and somebody would be at the door telling you, hurry up. All these commercials come on now. They sitting outside like they patient or something. I got to go in there. Sometimes you go in that bathroom and somebody else was already in there, but you go in there unless you find yourself outside. Am I talking to us this morning? Have you found Jesus? Have we found Jesus, saints? Again, I reiterate that sometimes we lose him. It's not that he loses us. We lose him. Because of the cares of this world, we get so concerned about things that we get to a point sisters can't even talk. Brothers about to go fist to fist with one another. When your mama and your daddy told you, if you fight anybody, you don't fight the family. If you gonna fight, y'all fight together. And you got brothers and sisters on the other team fighting the brother and sister. Listen, God is saying that ought not to be so. Are y'all with me? Come and see. And they went in where he dwelled and abode with him. Now, my next question, how long have you been hanging out with Jesus? Now, don't, Marcus, tell them don't get mad at me. Y'all don't get mad at me. You all come out here on Sunday and you're not even here 3 hours. And if somebody got in your way on Kings Avenue, King Street, you would run over 'em. Getting out of here so fast. You would run over them because you say, well, I got other things to do. What you got to do? You ain't going to go home but take off your shoes. Ain't number one person cooking the house. And most of us nowadays, we ain't even cooking in the house no more. We stopping at Popeye's Chicken on the way home. Am I being realistic to us? What are we running away from the house of God so far when we ought to be able to be glad to be here to fellowship with what? One another. Listen to what it says. They said they abode with him that day. Can I help some of us? This wasn't in the message, but can I help you? Sometime when I was a little boy, Angela, you know what we did? We just camped out. You brought your pail. You brought your my mama loved RCs, so she brought RCs to the church. And me and my sisters, we ain't have but one. We had to split that baby 3 ways. Water was a premium because we ate all day long, William. You remember that when we was out there in True Vine. We all ate. We had church all day. We ate all day. We fellowship all day. We got to know each other all day. We got to love each other all day. And when we left, we said, I can't wait to get back tomorrow. What's wrong with the church? We want to go home and watch TV. Watch this. Around September, we won't even be able to get away from the church hardly. Well, this year we will because they playing in Orlando now. So the Jaguars coming, you mess around and get on 10 trying to go back toward the north side. You can't even get on the north side because the people, with their Jaguar flags waving everywhere. You got to, look, oh God, preach God. You got a problem being here on time. And these people go to the game 4 and 5 hours before the game even starts. Talking about we tailgating. Out there telling lies and lying to one another about the Jaguars going to the Super Bowl. Quit lying to yourself. Yeah, they're going to a bowl, the Jacksonville Bowl. Are y'all with me? Listen to what the word said. They stayed there with him and got to know him That's why when they got through finding out who he was, listen to what they say. And we're going to skip the next one because we know it was Simon Peter's brother. But in 41, it say, he what? First do what? Find him who? His own brother. Who? Simon. Who have, listen, can I give y'all this scenario? Because this is something that actually happened here. Ask Cassandra to come to church. Say, come on, we got plenty, we got a place for you at the church. Guess what she tells this woman, her sister? I found a church just like home. Y'all missed it. When you find the thing closest to your heart, you ought to tell your family first. Watch this. If it ain't your family, it ought to be your best friend. We have what? We have found it. We have found him. We found where he hanging out at. Y'all missed it. Listen to what it says. He found his own brother Simon, and he saith unto him, we have found the Messiah. How many of you have found the Messiah, which is the Christ? You can't get to the resurrection morning until you find out who he was. Oh, Jermaine. God got to work for you, man. I'm telling you, God got. Listen, I can't tell people what you done been through like you can tell it. You can listen. I ain't gonna go into your story because that's your story. But what we ought to be able, nobody can tell a story like Winfred Chatfield. Y'all laughing, but nobody can tell it like William Hay. Nobody can't listen. If we started talking about an aircraft carrier or something like that over in the Middle East, Palmer could say, yeah, I've been through them straits. I don't want to go through them straits. There's some crazy people over there in them straits. And somebody told us that we got superiority over there. And Lord have mercy, somebody got shot down. We are in, Lord help me, Leon. We are in complete control over there. But that pilot probably say, oh, goodness. He probably ain't said quite like that. He probably used his heavenly language. Oh, snickersnuts. We have found the Messiah, which is being the Christ. And look what he does, and I'm about to go to my seat. In 42, he says, and he brought him to who? Who are you bringing to Jesus? Watch this. Watch this. Y'all don't get mad at me. Giant in my day, if I found a good club, I told all my friends. I did. I said, hey, man, we got to go to that club. But Chatfield, I was all the way out there in Utah. Ogden, Utah. They had a club looked like my grandmama should have went to. I did. Thank you, Sister Minister. That's what I said, Leon. I say, shoot, this is like a club my grandmama ought to go to. But I showed up there. And those Negroes out there knew how to have some fun. So when I went back to the base the next day, I said, hey, man, I found the club. We going to the what? To the club. They play Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm talking about in Utah. They were playing Cameo. I'm talking about in Utah. Yeah. They were playing all the hit songs in Utah. Because on the radio, they weren't playing about, Bill, Mr. Bill. But when I got to that club, and I was sitting back, I was cool as could be. I brought me some overalls. That's what me and my boy used to wear, overalls. We dyed the color of the overalls. Had us a handkerchief around our neck. And we fell up in the club in the overalls. And everybody said, oh, they so cool. They must be from the East. Different. They don't talk like us. But we was having fun. And so I told them. I brought them. And now I've got to change, William, because I got to tell you about Jesus. I found him, Cassandra. And now I want to tell people about Jesus. I heard you loud and clear, Gwen. We ought to be able to have fun in church. The joy of the Lord is my strength. That's what we ought to be doing, saints. Who have you told lately? Today, if we stop, we would say he is what? Risen. But you can't know he was risen until you have met him. Even the disciples did not know who he was. Watch what Peter says to him. Lord, you can't die. I'm so glad he didn't listen to Peter. Any of y'all would have been like Peter saying, listen, I could tell you would have been because you tried to tell your mama you can't die, mama. How do you know that, Pop? How do you know that? Because that one was saying, mama, you can't die yet. I ain't ready for you to die. But mama had her eyes on Jesus. And she said, listen, I got a mama that I want to go see. And when she said that, mama looked at me and just went on up to heaven. How you know she went to heaven? Because I heard her say, I'm all right now, Papa. I was doing everything, Sister Chatfield, I knew how to do to save my mama. I knew how to do it. I knew CPR. I knew ACLS. But that wasn't what my mama wanted. She wanted to have just a little talk with Jesus. My sister tell you my mama would be hurting so bad sometimes she'd just go back there in the back and just moan. But that day she didn't moan no more. She met resurrection in Dallas, Texas. Went on up and got on up out of here. And guess what she said prior to that? She said, everybody going to the family reunion. I said, Mama, you know Daddy don't never go to no family reunion. She said, this year he is. Mama got up on out of here in Dallas, Texas. And you know what the hardest thing for me to do, Gwen? Was to leave my mama in that hospital. I don't know what I thought was going to happen. I thought to myself, Peter, I was so stupid, Gwen. I was so stupid that I said, we're going to put mama underneath the bus and bring her back to Jacksonville. I'm glad for Laws. Y'all missed it. I'm glad for Laws because the law said you can't do that, else we'd have had her under the bus driving back to Jacksonville. Because I love my mama. But guess what? I love Jesus more. That's why today when y'all was going on up and having a good time, thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Leander, for letting us have Gwen for a little while. Brendan, I can't wait for you next week. They think you shy until you open your mouth. Have you found who? Well, y'all saying that real slow. Have you found who? Have you? Have you? Have you? Sometimes we don't understand what he done for us. See, some of y'all don't really believe what he said. By his stripes. No, Jamara, we love you. Keep writing the prescriptions. But it ain't by the prescriptions you're healed. Watch this, that has to happen to every medicine you take. You got to shake it up. Y'all missed it. You missed it. The activation is shaking it up. If you shake up Jesus, let me tell you how to shake up Jesus. Sometimes you just got to call his name. Sometimes, and you can't be like Minister Hay. See, because you got your own ringtone. Lord have mercy. See, what? Your ringtone won't work for me. God got a personal ringtone for every one of your voices. When your voice ring heaven, he said, oh, that's Gwen. Oh, that's Elaine. He don't even have to ask. Matter of fact, he was leaning up on the podium saying, it's about time for William Hay to call me. Know how he knew it was time for William Hay to call him? Oh, yeah, he's sick. He'll call me now. I bet you he'll call me now. Some of y'all, you be talking about, I ain't got time for God right now, but you mess around and let a bill be due. You mess around and let one of them babies you got start acting crazy. I bet you call him then, you'll have plenty of time then. When you're tossing and turning all night long, talking about, Lord, what am I going to do? He'll say you should have been doing the same thing before you got to this point. I got to stop. We got communion too now. Listen. Have you found him? Then don't lose him. Why would you lose the creator of the whole universe? Artemis 2 is somewhere. I don't know if it's on television platform or where or whatever it is, but they said they're going around the moon. Angela, that's what they said. They say they're spending good gasoline, good propane or whatever it is, and they flying in a rocket ship that they're going out there that don't even know what they're going to look for. They say they're going around for what? We got enough hell right here. Well, I need to go out there and run. I'm just on. When I was a little boy, y'all, and most of you remember, some of you will remember this. What we used to do when we were smaller, younger, we said, we're going for a ride. We get in the car with gas, wasn't number 25 cents then. We ain't have to worry about it then, because 25 cents, you know. Win that on a crap game or something. Y'all like y'all don't know nothing about that. You know about that. But anyway, you go out there and watch this. Mama make some sandwiches. We had the best time. I told you we ain't have but we had 3 sodas. Daddy had a soda. Mama had a soda. Me, Kim, and Elaine had a soda. And if we were slick as grease, Mama wasn't going to drink her drink fast. We hit Mama for some in our little cup. That's how we do Jesus. We try to hit Jesus with the slick. Lord, help me right now. Lord, I don't drunk all mine. Help me with my unbelief. Have you found Jesus? When you find Jesus, look at somebody and say, all your problems are solved. Not some, all. My brothers and sisters, this is what Sunday? First Sunday.